uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I
I
love
love
being
being
black.
black. All right, people. We promised to come on at 9:30. We're a little early, but we'll deal with it. Come on in. Come on in. This is your boy Mark G, aka the Crime Chaser. I'm live, uncut, and unedited. We have a problem here in America dealing with our women that look like me. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in. Come on in.
You already you already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
Women,
Tell the
what you have to
truth
say about
and
this?
shame the devil.
They said, well,
I
Barden,
love
you voted
being
for
black.
Trump, and this is what we get. And let's talk about it. Let's definitely talk about this, black women. We can discuss this. What's really going on? Are we talking about the most educated or the most enrolled? You know, I don't know where they got that, the most educated. I would say the most enrolled. That's what it is. Do your research. You're not the most educated. You are the most enrolled, sisters. No disrespect. Now, am I celebrating black women losing their jobs? No. Am I gender bashing? No. Especially against women. No, not at all. But we need to talk about some things. Can we be real? Can we put down the blunts? Can we put down the red wine and the white wine and the top shelf liquor? And let's face reality for what it really is. Let's face it. Let's not escape our reality. Let us stare it right in the face, right in the eyes. Something is not right. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. We promised to come on at 9:30, so we got a few minutes to really to talk and give some shout outs. And I appreciate you guys for coming on here. I especially want to hear from the ladies today. My phone lines are open. I thought my phone lines was open. I thought it was open. Hold on. What happened? I ain't even doubt it. Let me get my phone lines open because I really want to.
Hey, caller, this is Martin G, aka the
Live, uncut. I really want to talk to the women today. That's who I'm targeting today, the women. I'm targeting the women today. Let's see who's checking in on today. Raven Harris, what's going on? Call in. I need some women to call in. Call on in. Berlin Noble, blessing Martin. I woke up this time and still early in San Francisco. Great. Call in. I need you guys to call in, and because we want to talk about this. And I want to see what's really going on. Is there a conspiracy to derail our black women? I do not know the female school teachers are choosing to do e-learning if they have that opportunity to do it from home. They said because his school is not safe anymore. Okay. Mohammed, what's up, my brother? Azal. All right, this is going to be a great topic. It's a great topic tonight. Twitter X family, appreciate you coming on here tonight. Make sure you hit like, share, tag, whatever you maybe do. Facebook, hit like, share, tag. Do that. It don't cost you no money. We're not on here begging you for no money. We're not on here telling you some story, some fabricated story. We're not doing none of those things. We're just bringing facts. Truth. We tell the truth.
tell the truth
And what?
and shame the devil.
I
love
being
being
black. All right. I appreciate you guys coming on. Peggy, I see ya. Woo! Raven from YouTube. Mm-hmm. YouTube. YouTube family, I got to get my YouTube numbers up. It kind of like been stagnant. You know, I got to get it up. We got to come on with it. We got to get on with it. I want to hear from the ladies tonight. People always say that old saying that Malcolm X say, women are the most least protected. I don't know about if that's true right now in this day and age. Maybe back in the 60s. You got a lot of women that's doing great things in this country. Yeah. Real talk. And people, we're not trying to humiliate no one tonight. We just want to tell the truth and shame the devil. And we see a lot, our Black women are being messed over. And we want to talk about it. What we're going to do about it. Now, if you waiting on some political party to save you, to be your savior, you're going to be in trouble. Anytime people that is my complexion or darker or lighter or the same complexion, you're going to have problems in this life. You're going to have problems. You know, you have to work twice as hard. You know, you have to be more focused than anything. Everybody is competing against us. If we get there 6 o'clock in the morning, they're going to get there 5 o'clock in the morning. If we stay late to 5:30, they're going to stay to 6:30. It's all a competition. It's a race. And everybody fighting for the money. The money. That's what they're fighting for. Now, I appreciate you guys commenting. Mary Jane, ladies in Trump administration is trying to bring back the 19th Amendment where us women didn't have a say-so or nothing. And what you going to do? What are you going to do about it? Sharon Williams, what are you going to do about it? And I keep trying to tell Black folks there's no other party that ever been for Black people but the Black Party, the Black Panther Party. Believe it or not, that's the only party that represented Black folks is the Black Panther Party. Real talk. No other party. No other party. They say white man want his power back. Listen, white man never lost his power. He's still in control. He ain't lost his power at all. He's still in control. That's right. The government is not going to save us. We have to save ourselves. Come on in. Come on in.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And shame
I want an
the
educated
devil.
woman to call in tonight.
I love being Black.
Where you at, educated woman? You said you're the most educated. I can't tell by this right here on this screen right here. That's got to be a lie. And it is. You're the most enrolled. Y'all gonna be quit listening to these American lies. I tell you. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. That's what I'm talking about. Who's going to save us? The Democratic Party or the Republican Party? Which party is going to save Black folks? Which party is going to give us what we deserve? Come on with it. Come on, somebody talk to me. Talk to me. Well, it don't matter to me. Listen, whether I make money or not, I'm going to still tell the truth and shame the devil. I'm going to tell the truth, Mary. Whether I make money or not, I'm going to tell the truth, shame the devil. A good name is better than great riches. I tell you. And some of these content creators, all these lies they putting out here anyway, misleading folks, they need to be shut down. They need to be shut down. All these skits and stunts they pulling. Nobody want to be for real. Everybody want fictitious. They want fake. They want lies. Nobody's happy being natural. Neither Martin, we are going to have to save ourselves. They can care less what happened in the black community. And that is so true. So true. So true. Where y'all at, black people? Oh, y'all smart, black, educated women. Come on and talk to Martin Johnson tonight. Hey, my dear sister. All right. Full circle. TV show, host Quaking. That's right. Y'all see this article sitting up on my thing? 300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. It's not a coincidence. You see that screen up there, people? Lakita Childs, what's going on? I see you. Cynthia Smith, I see you. I'm telling y'all, people, y'all waiting, all of y'all around here fighting, Democrats and Republicans fighting against each other. And guess what? You think these people at the top worry about the people at the bottom. It's not going to happen. The ones at the top, they're trying to stay at the top and keep us at the bottom. We got grand hustlers. We got race hustlers. We got race baiters. We got white supremacists. We got feminists. We got all these type of people. Come on in, people. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube and Facebook. Hit the like button. Twitter X. I got 2 Facebook pages on here. All right, so you are on the right page. So don't think you're on the wrong page. I appreciate you. But I need some ladies to call in. The white folks, the ones are giving the jobs and all that. White folks. It showed up it's not the black men that's taking these jobs away from these women. It's not the black men. It's not the black men that's taking these jobs away from these black women. At real talk. Sylvia Stone said, I said 2 years ago that was coming for us. That's why I still have my own business. You know, I've been working self-employed since my 20s. I knew not to depend on the workforce. Kenny Nicole, I see you. All right. Mary Jane said, and black women getting money. How they dress, look at their hair weave and makeup, look at their homes, look at their cars they drive, look at the expensive purses they have, look at the fabulous luxury trips they go on with their girlfriends. Okay. Look at how their children dress. Black women, you better slow down on all this spending because you might need it. Ain't no might, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Miss Stephanie Holmes, I see you. I appreciate you, Stephanie. It's my buddy Stephanie Holmes, y'all. Stephanie Holmes in the house. Y'all need tax and vote. Yeah. All right, now, people. Where the ladies at? Let's call in, lady. Let's talk. All right, I don't mind y'all commenting. I need some ladies to call in and talk. I don't want no men tonight. Maybe I'll take one or two. I need some ladies tonight. Talk to me. Let's talk about you being the most educated. You think you are the most educated, but that's not the truth. It's not the case. You're the most enrolled. Somebody lied to y'all. All right, come on, ladies. Come and talk to me. It's not the black man that's laying you off or forcing you out of the workforce. It's not the black man. It's not us. Come on, ladies. Uh-oh, somebody said, ladies, it's time to get a husband. I'm telling you, it's going to take 2, 3 incomes now. Everybody out here doing their own thing, male against female, and hey, it's going to come down to it. We're going to force y'all to tie the knot. Force us. Black women, where you at tonight? I need some calls from my beautiful black women. I think I got one call. I heard somebody. All right, dear sister, come on. Come on with it. What you got to talk about?
Hey, Mark. It's a whole lot of us are educated, and some of us some of us let the jobs go to our heat.
Okay, but listen, some of y'all ain't gonna have no job. Look, it said 300,000 black women have been forced out. Now, what's up with that? Now, what I'm saying is, now listen, we can't stand another hit, another 100,000. What's going on? And we know that it's the woman, most of the women that have physical custody of the children. Most women.
Yeah,
So what's really going on?
that's true, but the healthcare field is really booming, so it's a lot of us not going to be out of a job.
Sister,
Hmm.
300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. In 3 months. That's an average of 100,000 a month. That's a lot of jobs. That's a
Yeah,
whole
that is.
lot. We're not talking about McDonald's. We talking about these good government jobs with pensions and benefits. That's okay. Now, who are they replacing these jobs with?
Robot.
Somebody said
AI.
robots. I said other
Yeah,
races.
uh, yeah, real.
Well,
Also, yes, that's real. That's true too. The the uh the migrants are coming in, get our job. They are.
somebody getting the jobs. Let me read a little of this article. It says just in
Okay.
3 months, nearly 300,000 black women left the U.S. labor force. Their labor force participation rate has now dropped below that of the Latinas for the first time over a year. And more than 518,000 black women still haven't returned to the labor force since the pandemic began, leaving their real unemployment rate just above 10%. This isn't a coincidence. It's the results of federal policy choices, mostly immediately sweeping job cuts across the public sector agencies, where black women have long held the strongest foothold in middle class employment. So we're not talking about these little McDonald jobs and nothing like that. All right. It said that agencies like the Department of Education and the Department of Health and Human Services have seen dramatic reduction in staff up to 50% in some cases. There are not just institutional losses. They represent the disappearance of stable, often well-paying jobs that historically provided economic security to Black women and the families they support. All right now. It's how we got here. The federal pullback. For decades, the public sector has served as a lifeline for Black women shut out of opportunity elsewhere in the economy. Black women make over 12% of the federal workforce, almost double their share of labor force overall. These roles often offer not only pensions and benefits, but more equitable pay than the private sector, where wage gaps remain entrenched. All right. The infrastructure is now eroding at pace. Beginning in early 2025, a wave of federal downsizing, justified as efficient reforms, has disproportionately hit jobs in education, health, and community-facing roles. There are the very sectors where Black women are concentrated. As federal budget shrinks, the effects ripple through the state and local governments. When public school funding dries up or health departments are hollowed out, it's often pink-collar jobs held by Black women that are the first on the chopping block. All right. DEI dismantle. At the same time, we're witnessing an aggressive rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across the federal government and private sector. In government, DEI roles were among the first eliminated under the current administration. Internally, directives signal that race-conscious dialogue, even the supported by data, are now restricted of suspect. All right. Reinforcing a chilling effect on equity-driven decision-making. In the private sector, DEI budgets have been slashed or frozen. Jobs posting for DEI roles dropped by 43% between August of 2022 and July 2024. And the total number of DEI positions fell from 20,000 in 2023 to 17,500 by April 2025. Companies have also scaled back mentorship programs, slowed inclusive hiring, and deprioritized equity benchmarks, treating DEI as expendable even as the data proves otherwise. The courts are reinforcing this disturbing trend in 2024. A federal appeals court blocked by Fearless Fund from offering grants and exclusive to Black women entrepreneurs, ruling that the program likely violated Section 1981 of the Civil Rights Act. The decision sent a clear signal. Race-conscious private initiatives are now more exposed to legal attack, deterring investment in equity just when it's needed the most. My. It's a lot here, people. I'm gonna stop right there. Where my callers at? Where are all my callers? Ladies, I want to hear from you. Ladies, I want to hear from you. Well, yeah, ladies. We talking about the ladies tonight. We talking real stuff. Real stuff. Real stuff. Real stuff. Where my callers at? I need the ladies to call in. All right. I'm listen, people. I'm talking real talk now. Now this is real talk, ladies. I've read a couple of paragraphs to you. What do you have to say about this? I want to know. 300,000 jobs in 3 months. An average of 100,000 jobs in a month. What's going on with our women, especially our black women? What's going on, people? They're losing these good government jobs. What's going on? All right. I need somebody to call in and talk to me. Sylvia Stone said instead of forward, Martin, in time, we're going to go backwards. I keep telling people we're going to go back to the 70s. People don't understand that they're not going to be able to afford the rent. We're going to be living in houses with our families. Lassie Brown, I see you. All right, come on, people. Come on. Come on, people. Let's finish reading what Sylvia Stone was saying. All right, she says, I said, we're not going to be able to afford the rent. We're going to be living in houses with our families like the Mexicans do. I'm all around them, and I know out here in San Diego, they all put their money together. That's what's going to happen. They are deliberately putting us back and to yesterday, but the robots is taking over, and they're going to take over less jobs. All right, ladies, I hope I'm making sense tonight. I need you to call in now. You black women, you say you're the least protected and you're the most educated. Well, let's find out. Oh, I got a caller here. 815. 815. I hope it's a lady. Area code 815. Oh, they still coming in. All right.
Adrena.
Adrena.
Hey, how you doing, Martin? I did see the article just now about what was going on with the jobs. I do remember, back in the 90s that women were hold those, black women was holding those jobs. They were good jobs back then.
They good jobs now if you can
So,
get one. If you can keep
right.
it.
But the thing, right, if you can keep it, I mean, you get your pension, you get all of those good benefits. But I don't know if it's because of what happened with DEI or what Trump did, or maybe the black women don't want to work no more. They want to be content creators. They want to be on TikTok making their money or have their own businesses. It's something going on because that doesn't even sound, that is terrible.
Well, what are we going to do about it? As a race of people, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What can we do? Now we have identified the problem. Now, what is it that we can do?
Mm-hmm. The
It's
only
terrible.
thing we can do, because both parties can't help us, Republican or Democrat. We see that now. We had Democrats in there years ago during COVID. Then we got a Republican. We got Trump in here now. So the only thing we can do is come up with our own political black party that's just for us, by us. That's what we need. That's what we need right now. We don't need to be going Democrat. We don't need to be going Republican. All we need is our own own black party that's for us, for black people, just for black people. X the white people out, X everybody out but us. Our own party that's for us. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way it's going to happen. You know, the only thing that's going to work is that having our own political party for black people. You know, cut the middleman out, cut the white man out, cut that man, cut them out. We got to cut them out. We don't have to. So we can get back to what we're supposed to be as far as jobs and economic stability. And, you know, we need to get back to our era. That's where we belong. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely need to do that. That's the only thing I see, Martin. I'm going to be honest with you. Because this is terrible.
It's terrible. So do you feel as a black woman that black women are being attacked?
I believe in a way we are being attacked because they attacked the black man first. And then, you know, years later after that, they had women's rights, women's lib. Then, you know, we start working, black women. So I think this is another attack on black women. I think they're doing this because they know that we are good at those jobs. Those are really good jobs. You know, they pay good money. We real experts in those different positions of those jobs. So I think this is an attack. I'm going to be honest with you, Martin, because that don't make no sense.
Now,
so many women, they just not working. They don't want to work.
Now, you said they don't want to work? I don't know about that. Now, I don't know.
No, they don't want to work. No, I'm sorry. They don't want to work. They're taking their jobs. They're taking those good jobs. It's not about, no, they do want to work. Let me clear that up.
Please clear that up. Okay.
Yeah, they do want to work. It's just that why y'all taking the jobs that they know that we used to work, back in the day, and still now we hold those good position jobs. That's why and I know it ain't because they want to be content creators and they want to have their own business. I know that ain't it, because you can still have your business and be a content creator and still have your job that's paying your bills. You know what I'm saying? So to me it's almost like an attack. I think Trump had a little bit on that, because when he did that DEI thing, it kind of cut a lining, a silver lining. They're not going by the color of your skin. They're going by if you're good for the job, if you're qualified for the job. They're going by color.
I want to say something to that. Now, now I may be wrong. I don't know everything, but I was hearing that blacks was the fourth one on that list. They did the DEI benefit from that. More other races benefited more than we did on that DEI. And I mean that's what the data show. So I'm just saying. So we can say we can blame it on that, and I believe that have a part in it, had a part in it too. I'll go with that on that. But a lot of these companies, they're not hiring us, especially the black men.
No.
It's on purpose. You can ride down these streets. I don't care what major city that you live in, especially if you're in a black community. Look who's doing all the construction.
Yep.
It's not nobody that look like me. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some black construction companies out there, but very few that's doing the work.
Martin, because every time I see them, because I live, by Gurney, I live in the suburbs.
Right.
And all I see down the street when I be driving to work is Mexicans doing those hard construction jobs, or tilling the grass, or making the front of a place look nice with the plants and stuff, planting. And I said, I don't see no black brothers. I'm like, what's going on? And I know black brothers love that passion is construction.
And we worry about who gonna pick the fruit. Let's worry about who's gonna take these construction jobs so we can buy our own fruit and grow our own food. We worry about who's gonna pick the fruit, but we ain't worried about these construction jobs that our black men don't have, and they deserve it. And that's real talk. And our black men are forced into street economics, the underworld, taking a risk. I don't hear nobody making a fuss about that, but they sure no fussing about some Mexicans picking some fruit and vegetables. I hear them talk about that all the time. What about them good union jobs that our young black men can use and start a family and be able to take care of family? What about that? Make a fuss about that. So don't come on here talking about who gonna pick the fruit when we ain't gonna have no fruit to eat. And you ain't gonna have no black man with no job either. If they all given to the Mexicans and the other people,
and
the other foreigners.
Jobs, Martin, they give it to them. You're right, they do. Which would I say, well, I understand they want to come over here and get a better life. I get it. But at the same time, we got our own people, black people that live in this country that do not have an opportunity for those good jobs, being a construction worker or being a landscaper. Like, I don't understand it. I live in the suburbs and I see nothing but Mexicans landscaping with their own truck.
So,
and I be like, damn, how do you get that?
Now listen to this, people. Now heard what she just said. Now, if you see Mexicans with their own truck doing landscaping on it, what are our brothers doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Where they gonna work at?
Right.
I'm talking about your black children, mama. Now I'm just speaking in general. Need a job. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Not you per se, young lady. So what I'm saying is we need jobs. And we're going to have to start creating our jobs. We're going to have to stop begging the white man for jobs. We have to create a job for ourselves. If anybody want to come in our community and you don't want to hire us, guess what? You're going to have to buy the materials from us. If you want to build houses and homes and skyrise, you got to get the metal from us. You got to get the wooden floors from us. You got to get the plumbing, the piping from us. Since you don't want us on these jobs and we ain't qualified, as you say, or trained enough. Don't that make sense, black people? Imagine every house that's built in Inglewood, Woodlawn, North Lawndale, that they have to get all the wood through us, all the tile, all the plumbing, all the drywall. Okay, no black people working on these jobs, but guess what? It's in the contract where you have to buy these materials from us or you can't build in the community, period. And I got that from Harold Davis. That's an excellent idea, and I hope it go over the radio waves, over the air, and somebody grab it and use it. Hold on, young lady. I think Mr. Sarge, I want to see what he got to say. I need some ladies to call in, y'all. I don't want to talk to all men tonight. I need some ladies. Sarge.
Oh, hey, Martin. Now, all with the DEI stuff, a lot of that, what people were missing, like that first one. You may remember, but I'm not sure. Remember that DEI woman that got fired from Facebook?
I don't remember.
All the years back, they hired her to be I think her last name was Smiles. And they hired her to be a DEI person. And then she did some fraud or something like with some money, and they got rid of her. And that's when they start saying that, Zuckerberg and all them, they hired this woman just because she was black. It's not that she was qualified. She was a black woman that they put in there. Then when the next election came up, when Biden had said, well, my running mate is going to be a black woman. Now, he didn't have any type of, like a group of black women to gauge what was going to be the best one. It's like the first one I can reach out and grab, that's going to be my running mate. Now, she don't have to have any doggone credentials or qualifications except being black. Now, everything is falling downhill, and it's falling right downhill on the black woman, and it's sad. And like you said, Martin, they ain't talking about McDonald's jobs. We're talking about doggone good paying government positions that come with pensions that have health insurance benefits for life and all that good stuff. Good, solid. Have you a nest egg in your old age jobs? See? And 100,000 women a month. Do you know that's 2.5 black women in a year if it stays at this pace?
But we're talking about the so-called most educated. And I keep telling them that's not true. Black women are not the most educated. They are the most enrolled. Mm-hmm. You can look it up. I can back that up. Enrolled.
Because you look at the raw numbers, right? The raw numbers tell a different tale. See, they got this thing, we talked about this before, Martin, it's called per capita math, where they use one person per 100,000 people to paint a picture. You can't do that. See? One per 100,000 people. Use the raw numbers. I'm like, if I got 2 apples on my table, that's what I got. 2 apples, the real number. See, so when you look at the real numbers, compared to black men, they are the most enrolled as of blacks. But overall, in getting degrees and everything, they are not outpacing these white women because there's far more white women that are in college.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
To start out degrees than they're getting. And that's not to, I'm saying none of this to bash black women, so I hope they don't think I'm bashing them because, people getting their feelings. And, now, see, because this is none of that. Now there's got to be a reason for this. I mean, it was a guy that was talking to me. He said, well, that's karma. Because remember, we wasn't good enough for them no more. But they going to be doggone, that blue collar working man going to start looking good to a sister now. I was like, wow. And you said the right thing earlier. You was like, people going to start getting married because it's going to take 2 incomes now. See, it's going to go back to what it was. So maybe that reset that Black America needed, maybe through some type of divine intervention, maybe this is the reset for Black America to get back into the game and realize, sister, I'm not your enemy and you ain't my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't come together, our children are going to be unbalanced, doing what they're doing now that ain't. You seen what they call them YNs and all that?
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole nother show on that name too.
Yeah, because we didn't have none of that growing up.
No.
Yeah, we didn't have none of that growing up. But yeah, man, we're gonna have to come together as men and women and do what we need to do because you got all these other stuff going on, and you got these rich talking head black folks talking about black this, black that, how hard this is and hard that is. It's like, how you gonna tell me how hard it is to doggone come up as a black man, but you got $10 million in the bank, and you black, and you work for CNN.
Oh, sorry, we got a new caller, Sarge.
Yeah, I see another caller. Yeah, I hope the sisters call in.
I need the sisters to call in. I want to hear what the sisters got to say. That's the main thing. I want to hear what the sisters, but I welcome the men. Don't get me wrong. But I want to hear what the sisters got to say. Come on, 281. Area code 281.
Good evening,
Two-
Martin. What's
good
going
evening.
on, Nick? What's going on with you, Nick? Listen, I've been listening in tonight, and I don't think it's the sisters. I don't think it's the sisters' fault for them losing the jobs that they did. Now, I don't know what this is based on, but some of those numbers could be based on layoffs because they did huge layoffs around the country, especially down here in the gas capital of the world of the United States, Houston. They just laid off 30,000 people, Chevron, maybe more. They're laying off people everywhere. And what I'm thinking that's going on in our society right now, the sister has run her course. She's done her job. And they ain't looking at her like that anymore. They're looking at people who can actually do the job, whether you're black, white, or whatever. I'm thinking. Remember, anything that we say on the show is subjective, so it's just our opinion, not based on what we actually know. But I'm saying that to you all to say this. The sister deserves a chance in society. The brother deserves a chance in society. All race of people deserve a chance in this society. But our country is moving forward in a different direction than we are probably catching on to. Let me see if I can expound on that. I'm saying that technology is getting different. The way they handle business overseas is different. How they treat us as human beings is different. Even when we go to the grocery store. Martin, you're not wrong for when you said that we need to create our own jobs. And eventually that's what's going to happen in the United States. People are going to have their own businesses, doing business that way, which is going to bring more revenue into the country. I get all that, but there's something more heinous going on that I can't put my hands on. Maybe Sarge can do a little bit of that because, he does a lot of that stuff where he digs deep and he finds things, stuff like that. I can't put my hand on it. But when back in the 70s, when they took the black lady before us, they had a purpose to use us mentally, to destroy us as men, saying that, we're not better in society. And then she came home and said, I don't need you anymore. So not all women, not all black women did that, but that was the seed that was planted to get us where we're at now. And they seeded, it didn't work. Slavery didn't work. It didn't work. When he went over there and got slaves, it didn't work. Yeah, we built some things, but they didn't expect Michael Jordan. They didn't expect Barack Obama. They didn't expect you, Martin. They didn't expect people who can think.
Come, get closer to the phone because somebody said they can't hear you. You got to speak up a little louder.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me do this. Let me go on speak. This should be a little bit better. Sometimes my headphones does that. But what I'm saying is there's something more heinous going on that we don't know. And I can't put my hand on it. I'm too focused on trying to make a living to feed my family. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's probably part of the problem. Maybe that's part of the plan. I have no idea. But the sister's not at fault because she's losing all these jobs. These jobs are being taken away by other people. And some sister said earlier, and you said earlier, when you go past construction sites, you see Hispanics. That's the same thing down here in Houston. In Houston, dude, 90% of the workforce that's working labor out in the streets are Hispanic. They're not black. Black folks are not getting these jobs. I don't understand why. I really don't. So, Mr. President, if you're listening, we need help too. We're trying to do our due diligence in this country to make it a better place too. We don't want to live in squander, like people that don't know how to live amongst each other. We want to live amongst people. We want nice things. So if someone is listening, that needs to happen first. The president needs to listen to the people instead of listening to all these other tech companies on how to make billions and billions of dollars and trillions of dollars from the United States. I get all that. What we have all the money, then what? Then what, Martin?
Okay. Well, let me just say that in response to what you just said, and I understand. I think we all are trying to make a living and feed our families. I never mentioned, you didn't accuse me of saying, all the women, that it's their fault. We know it's not the women's fault. My point is, it's happening. What are we going to do about it? 100,000 jobs. And I read in there, these are good government pension jobs with benefits. We're not talking about McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and none of that. We're talking about good paying government jobs, something that you can retire on. These jobs are leaving the Black community.
Let me
Now,
ask you a question, Martin.
hold it.
Let
I'm
me ask you a
I'm
question.
still talking, sir. These jobs are leaving. Now, you know, if you ever been unemployed and you used to a certain standard of living, it's going to be frustrating. Think about some of these 300,000 people, Black women here. Black women. That's what they're talking about. Black women. Now, imagine, which I don't have the data, which I don't know, that's just using a little logic, a little imagination. Imagine out of 300,000, maybe 50,000 of them just purchase a home. Somebody in trouble. Imagine another 50,000 of that 300,000 just purchase a nice luxury car. Imagine another 50,000 just made an investment in some stocks and their money locked down or some anything. So I'm just saying, this may not be the case, people, but imagine out of these 300,000 real human Black women got bills, they have mortgages. We'll say out of these 300,000 jobs, we'll say 100,000 or 75,000 may have mortgages. What are they going to do? How long unemployment going to last? What, 18 months? What are they going to do? You done put all your loyalties in these good government jobs. Now, you done got your pink slip and say your service is no longer needed here anymore. Now go ahead with your question. Make it to the panel. Go ahead with your question, sir.
A lot of the stuff that's going on right now started happening way before the big beautiful bill. It's called the 2025 bill. We don't know what's in it. Whatever's in it, we're canceled out. And a lot of people who are minorities are going to hurt really, 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 really bad. Now, I don't know if they're going to move us out of the country when that happens. I hope not. But this big so-called beautiful bill is what killed a lot of those jobs. We don't know what's in the bill. We have no clue what's in the bill. But a lot of people are losing their jobs. Now, there are high-end jobs out there for people who work in corporate that are Black, that are working in corporate right now, worried if they're going to lose their job, depending on what field they're in. Right now, in the tech world, the IT world is doing good. It's doing good because companies are merging and all those stuffs have to be integrated within the new company. You see what I'm saying? In the tech world. This is not, the tech world don't really run the country, but there's other things that's going on in the country. And these people are losing jobs because of this 2025 bill, this so-called big, beautiful bill. So what Martin Johnson, I'm suggesting, I'm not saying what kind of powers you have. You need to start getting political people over here who are actually running the state, running government, and we need to ask them these tough questions instead of us amongst ourselves saying what we think. We need somebody with some power, with some voice behind us, other than us just having conversation. This is great because we get a lot of things off our chest, but the only people that can move things are people in government.
Okay, well, let me get a response to that. You're absolutely right. But when you start solving problems or trying to figure out what's going on, this is where you start at ground zero. You start analyzing. We're brainstorming right now. Now, we never know who's listening to the podcast. We never know who's watching it. We never know who's listening in. You'll be surprised. They may not be watching right now. They may be watching the wee hours of the morning or tomorrow or next week. And like, hey, they got a point there. But we know something is happening. 100,000 jobs a month, average 100,000 jobs in a month, in 3 months. That's a lot of jobs. That's a lot of families that's going to go under.
But it's not just hurting the black family. White folks are losing their jobs.
Hold it, brother. Hold it, brother. This topic up here says 300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. That's what we're talking about. We have no concern over other folks. That's what we're focusing on. Black women. That's what we're focused on. Now, we love everybody.
Why would someone leave a good job, though, Martin? That don't make sense.
Read the language, brother. You got to read the language. They're being laid off, brother. Trust me.
Okay.
Have left the labor. That's language. That's language. Okay, I don't know if you was on here when I heard that's that language. They're trying to stop, but I
came in late.
Yeah, you came in late. Okay, because I read a lot of it, and that's the language they're using. Those are layoffs, brother. There's not too many people out there, and a great mass number of 100,000 going to leave a good pension government job. That's just not going to happen. Not going to happen.
He's cutting government jobs.
Yeah.
He's cutting government
jobs.
I mean,
so if he's cutting government jobs, that means they're not leaving them. They're giving their walking papers. You just answer your own question.
Okay.
You just answer your own question. If he's cutting them, and I'm assuming that you're talking about President Donald Trump. If he's cutting them,
absolutely.
All right, that means somebody's going to lose their job. And we right here, we got a number. We got a rough number. 300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. Now, left mean...
And like you said, Martin,
go ahead.
Coded language. Left is coded.
That's coded. That's coded.
Mm-hmm.
That's coded, brother.
Now, when you say coded, I'm not familiar with what you mean by that. Dummy it down for me.
Coded.
That means somebody's using a word to say something that means something else. See, they said left the workforce. No, they cut them loose.
Thank you.
Somebody got a doggone $90,000 a year job, but they just, man, I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna quit.
Now hold it. This hold it. It's like this, brother. It said left the force. Now, how did they leave? Because jobs was cut. That's why they left.
Yep.
Now, so you see how the coded language works? They said it in the word instead of just saying 300,000 black women have been fired in 3 months. But this is the coded language. 300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. How did they leave? They left because they didn't work no more, or they didn't want to work no more, or they lazy, or because the Republicans won? No.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think that they're pushing the people out of the workforce because they want a certain look in there?
Brother,
do you think they're trying to make this
listen. 300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. That's what I tell you. That sounds like a war on black women to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarge. That's what it sounds like.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Now, Martin, explain to him the caliber of jobs.
Okay, let's go back. Because he wasn't on here. Let me pull it up. The caliber job, it said it in the article. Let me take my glasses off. Y'all know I went to public school, so bear with me.
You silly.
Now,
you ain't got no sense, Mark.
Y'all kidding me. Okay, now here's the article, brother Art. It said this isn't a coincidence. It's the results of a federal policy choices, most immediately sweeping job cuts across public sector agencies, where Black women have long held the strongest foothold in the middle class employment. Now here it goes. Employment agencies like, this is what Sartre's talking about, Department of Education and the Department of Health and Human Service have seen dramatic reduction in staff, up to 50% in some cases. These are not just institutional losses. They represent the disappearance of stable, often well-paying jobs that historically provided economic security to Black women and the families they support. That's in that word. That's that language.
It's clear now.
It's clear. I know. That's what. Yeah, it's clear.
They don't want a Black face there. They don't want a Black face.
That's it. That's it, brother.
Clear now.
They didn't use. Sorry, they didn't use it. They didn't use the women up. Now they tired of you, Black women.
They use them up. They done. They don't. They ain't no use anymore.
Yeah.
Fell for the okie doke. It got to the point y'all done got all on your high horse and then kicked your men to the curb.
Come on, sorry. Not all women. Not all women.
No. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. You just said their usefulness is up. Now, are you familiar with social engineering?
No, sir.
Explain to him, Martin.
So social engineering works like this. It works from the top. You force, it's like if you starve a community from resources, what's going to happen when you starve a community resource? The crime is going to go up. In other words, you can put two starving lions in a cage together and you don't feed them, what happens? They're going to eat each other. And that's what we have in a community, in these Black communities. And don't get me wrong, I'm not making no excuse for selling drugs or picking up a gun and shooting nobody. But when these communities have been disenfranchised, no resources, you know you lived in these communities, Art. You live in an affluent community now.
Mark, that seemed like the same stuff that we was going
through. I know it, but it still exists. You and I, we are one of the fortunate ones that have made it out of these communities and don't have that mindset. And those of us that still live in these communities, but we don't have the mindset of the community. That's what I'm trying to say. So
I get it.
That's all. Okay, let's take this new caller real quick, y'all. I believe it's a woman. I hope it's a woman. Area code 224. Hope you're a woman. Hello?
Hi, Martin. It's Keena Nicole.
Hey, Keena Nicole. I love you, sister. I never met you, but I love you, sister. I really do. All right, go ahead, Keena Nicole.
All right. Hey, everybody on the panel, listening and all of that. I was just in here looking. Yeah, I've been laid off before. I have a job now, but there's some weird stuff happening on my job right now as we speak. But yeah, coded language is really, it makes it seem like all these people are just leaving. They're not leaving by their own free will. They're leaving because it's like no choices. One thing, I speak strictly about my job, right? They told me on Wednesday, they said, so you don't have a choice, right? And so you're being trained starting tomorrow in a new position, and it's based on company needs. That's what they said. And it's like me and 29 other people. So they moving like 30 people from one department to another. And what I was thinking, because I know on my job, they did a lot of outsourcing. And what I was thinking about, you know, when we got this new administration in, a lot of people were working from home, and he made them people go back to work. And a lot of them people that had those jobs were working like in different states, you know? And so a lot of them, they couldn't go back to work because of, you might have somebody working, their company was in Texas and they lived in Georgia or something like that. And they couldn't just uproot like that. So that could be a reason how a lot of those jobs, got cut. I really can't see 300,000 women saying, you know what, I don't like my job. No, I can't see that. That don't even make sense. It's
Kina,
not real. But
let me say this, sister. Let me say this. You answered your own question. If you listen to what you just said, it's a force. How did they leave these jobs? And you said one of the magic things is, these people been working from home since the pandemic. Now you want to force them to go back into the building. And people that relocated because they can work from home and make the same amount of money, don't have to report to a physical location. And I understand that's probably some of the ways too. You're probably 100% correct on that too as well. That's good. That's all I wanted to say on that. Yeah, I want to say on that.
Yeah. I mean, because even me, I work from home right now. I mean, my position, they told us they made it, well, at first, like 2 years ago, I've been on my job 2 years. They told us at first, well, we may have you come back into the office. I'm like, well, I never went to the office. I always work from home. And then they said, okay, well, we're going to make this particular position work from home. I'm like, okay, cool. But then I'm starting to look at, we cutting DEI. It's rough.
Well,
and I agree with whoever that was.
Hold it, sister. Hold it.
I'm sorry.
Sarge, you can back me up on this. We was fourth on that DEI list anyway. It wasn't working for us the way it was working for other people. To be honest with you, other races. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not saying that they should have eradicated. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is it really wasn't working for us the way it should have been working for us. I would say that. That's what I would say. That's all I'm saying. So right now we're talking about black. Go ahead, my dear sister. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that was somebody else talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask this question to all of you all.
Go ahead.
Say, do you know how much money the country lost when people did not go to work for the pandemic? That's a serious number. No one had to throw. I mean, you want to throw one out there, that'd be great. But I'm bringing this up to say they made someone in my family go back to work who was initially working from home 5 days a week. And that person's position in the job is very, very high, very high. And there's not many people working in a huge high-rise building that they have down here. It's huge. You would think thousands of people working there, but only a few work in there. But what I'm saying to you all is they're trying to make people go back to work because there's so much money being lost since the pandemic. And don't get it twisted. Yeah, a lot of people are losing their job, corporate jobs, you see, because companies are merging and downsizing. That's what we don't see. You see, but along with all that, can you imagine making $5,000 a day and now you only make $500 a day? And you do that for like over a year? That really, 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 really hurt. And Mr. Trump, our president, is very smart. You about that money. I'm so with them when it's, excuse me, you all, and don't get mad at me. When it comes down to the money, we need that kind of money in this country for the stuff that we use every day, like military. They practice death every day, Sarge, every day. And that stuff costs millions and millions of dollars. Okay, probably billions a year, but not getting off the topic, getting back to the point. We have lost a lot of money, and they trying to get that money back. And it's here. The money is here. We put a lot of people out of the country. And I'm not going to get into the fruit picking and all this other kind of stuff, but stuff had to happen, and people got to go back to work. But at the end of the day, that's what's going on, and we're not paying attention to that.
Okay. Now, let me just say, if anybody can pull up them statistics about DEI, please put the link up there about who benefited mostly from that. And I don't think it's black people, a lot of black people. All right. I just want to somebody put that up so we can see them numbers. If you can, Sarge, maybe you can do that, or somebody that's listening. And I'm not on that Democrat Republican.
Oh, Martin.
Yeah. So
as soon as I type who benefits, it says white women.
That's what I'm trying to say. People, we listen, people. I just want to say this. I don't know everything, I'll say this. I know something. And what we all, as a race of people, when we hear other people tell us things, we need to investigate, research, read up, look up. And let's go back to nursery school. I got a friend, she's a teacher. She said, Martin, people that tend to know how to read do better in life. Don't always let people read things for you. Read it for yourself sometime. People, we're so trusting in other people, and that's not good at all. It's okay if somebody tell you something, if you like them, you like them, and to research it. It's okay if Martin Johnson get on here and say 300-some-thousand black women got laid off. It's okay to go read the article. You like Martin, he don't have a history of lying, but that's cool. But you still should make it an effort in yourself to go read the article and do a little bit more research about it. Am I right? All right. Still, we love each other, but
you're on deck, man.
You're
on deck.
Yeah.
You're on deck. You're on deck.
Yeah.
You're on deck. But you know what though, Martin? It's amazing that you brought that subject up. The people who don't like to read, and I can't speak for everybody, but it's a lot of people that don't like to read because they don't comprehend what they read. That's embarrassing.
And not only that, they lazy, brother.
You think that's lazy?
Yes.
That's lazy?
Listen, brother, listen. When you listen, when people see 4 or 5 pages, they lazy. They want to read.
I get what you're saying.
They can't. It ain't that they can't read. They don't want to read.
It's a lot of content. It's a lot of content.
Yeah.
I get it. Tenfold.
We living in this society now. You could just call AI, write my resume paper for me. Instead of you just using your brain, work your brain.
A lot of stuff can be very intuitive to people, though, Martin. Yeah, people don't want to get into all this. Like too much to do. You know what I mean?
But man,
we need to go back to the pen and paper. We do. We need to go back to the pen and paper. We need to pick up a magazine or a news article or something like that to inform ourselves what's going on in the world.
Brother, listen. You remember that old famous scripture? You hear, quote, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. And only way you're going to get knowledge if you got to go out there and read and research. That's the only way you get it. It's when you don't know something, that's what makes you have to pay for it. If you don't know how to do brakes, you have to pay somebody. If you don't know how to change the locks on your front door, you have to pay someone. If you don't know how to put, I'm serious. Is that not? See, that's how you get, when you learn and you read and research, you can get ahead in life and do things. It's like this. If you're a realtor, my brother, and you selling me a beautiful house, but with a high interest rate, I'm so lustful that I just got to have this house right here. This is the one I want. But with a 17% interest rate, and I don't know how to read interest rate, you got me. Most people don't know percentage. I'll give you an example. The average person that look like me, not all of us, they go into a car dealership, and the first thing they say, I want my note under 500. They ain't even talking about the percentage. Don't even talk about what you can afford to pay. Let's talk about what's going to be my finance. What's the percentage on the flag? See, that's what you have to learn that. Sarge, always
Why don't we have companies? Why don't we have companies that stop all that?
Brothers, it's about money. That's money.
Person, brother.
That's on the person. That's individual.
That's on the person.
Yeah, that's individual.
And it's not against the. It's not against the law.
Of course not.
I got jacked up like that. I had to have this car. I had to have it. Dude, when I found out how much I was, I'm not going to tell you. It's too embarrassing. And I'm not going to tell you how long I had to pay, but I paid it off though eventually.
Yeah.
I used to talk to the soldiers I was in charge of and tell them, look, you bring me with you when you go to buy this vehicle, right? Some of them did, some of them got took. Because what did they try to do? They brand new, fresh out of high school, don't know nothing about nothing. They go in there, man, I got to have, that's when the Mustang was hot, right? And the Camaro, 29% APR on a used vehicle. 20. I kid you not. 20.
No, you're right. You're on
29%. You go buy these used cars. Oh, we can get you financing. No problem. We know who will finance you at 29% APR. Do you know that's 30 cents on the dollar?
I'm not. I don't know anything about that, but I think they do that for high risk people. You know what I mean? Don't get
high risk people. High risk people. Okay, this is how you determine high risk people.
Okay.
They look at how long you've had credit established. They look at how long you worked, and believe it or not, they look at where you live, just like insurance companies. Look at where you live. Do you know how much my car insurance would be if I lived in Southwest Atlanta opposed to where I live? It would be higher because the crime rate is higher. You see what I'm saying? All these factors factor in.
Yes, sir, Sarge. I got a new caller too. When you're done, land that plane real quick. You done? Okay.
I'm gonna land it real quick.
Go ahead.
I try to teach this literacy, and Martin knows it because I've done it on the show when I can. And people say, they fight against it, and I'm like, well, you just hurting yourself. I'm here to help you. I don't get nothing from this. I don't get no cash. Don't send me nothing. If I could help you keep money in your pocket, I'm all for it because I'd rather put money in the pocket of the brother man than the other man. I land the plane.
Okay. Hey, my favorite 470. How you doing, Doc? 470.
Hey, Martin.
How you doing?
Chat. How you all doing?
All right. Beautiful.
Let me give a disclaimer before I get started.
Okay.
This is my opinion. It's not nobody else's. It's my opinion. I think somebody has put in the chat. I think MSNBC.
Yes.
They fudge those numbers to put fear in Black people. They fudge the numbers. I think number one, because they know Black people going to believe it because they're not going to read. And somebody said in the chat, everybody can't read. But today they have audio books. They have the audio about what the Project 2025 is. If you don't want to read it, you can listen to it. But a lot of times, as you stated, people are lazy. They'll rather look at the news than believe the news. They'll rather believe these activists that's fudging the numbers. Like you just stated, Black people, the only one fighting for DEI when they number 5 on the list. Number 1, white women. Number 2, Mexican Americans. Number 3, Hispanic. Number 4 is just disabled people. Number 5 is Black Americans. So Black people picket and Target for DEI when 1 through 4 shopping in Target every day. So MSNBC, because they hate Trump, they fudge those numbers. That's my thought. Number 2, my opinion, Black women, and I'm Black woman too, so I know people gonna say, well, she's actually about. No, your worst employer is Black women. they treat other black women like dirt when not everybody, but most of them. I have never had any problems out of white men, black men, white women on job. It's always been black women that don't want you to succeed. And even in the chat, I don't have problems, even on the line. I don't have problems out of black men or white men. It be the black women coming at you. They don't want you to have your own opinion. They want you to conform to how they want you to think. And that's like that across the line. So a lot of times these black women may be getting laid off. Number one, black women came out to Trump hard even against their own black men. Black men, you ain't nothing. You want to vote for Trump. They come after you hard.
Tell the truth
The other races,
and shame
they
the
would never
devil.
step to their men like that. The way they got these black men out of their homes and put black women in charge, and they gave a black woman a dime more, and that woman went home and told that man, I don't need no man. I don't need no man, because she made a dime more, but the system was set up like that. Take the black man out the home, put the woman the head of the house, and then, let it flop at the end. Then number three, black women the only one out there fighting for illegal immigrants. And they always say, Trump ain't done nothing for black people. Illegal immigrants is not taking white people jobs. They're not taking white people houses. They're not taking white people land. They still got that. They only replacing black people. They only taking black people jobs. They only taking black people houses. They the ones getting business. And then when these black people fight for these illegal immigrants, the illegal immigrants treat us like mess. They treat us like junk. So I'm just saying, a lot of times they fudge the numbers to put fear, like they'll say, I'm taking food stamps and health care from black. Why do you got to specify black? And that's not true, because black still get the lowest food stamps than any other race, the lowest health care than any other race, but yet they want to blow it up like he's doing all this to black people, when black people still get the lowest amount of benefits, period. So going back to what you said, let everybody read. Let's put up the federal government. Let's go to the federal government page. They have a page. How many people been laid off in the last month? And how many of them was black? Then you'll get facts. You'll get the truth. You don't have to listen or read or believe some false. Just go to the federal. They got it. Federal government. How many workers got laid off in the last month? How many of them was black? So you just do your research before we, come and live in fear, like what he's doing and what he's doing. And then I'll read the big bill. The big bill really ain't even got nothing to do with black. It said health care and benefits will be cut off for the million illegal immigrants immediately when that bill was passed. Black people can stay on it until the end of 2027 without a job. But that's why they said millions of people losing health care. Millions of people, it's illegal immigrants, he said, shouldn't be getting the benefit from the beginning. He said, so when it passed, immediately those benefits. So Illinois can't give them illegal immigrants $1 billion that, that they said they couldn't give black people reparations. But they could give all these illegal immigrants in Chicago. I think he said he gave them I know New York said they gave them $600 billion. Do you know how much reparations that could have been for black people that they say they never can give us? That's what they get illegal immigrants legally that pay no taxes in the United States. But yet they say we can't afford to give black people reparations. Black people only make up 12.5% of the United States, and they can't give them reparations, but they can give over 1 million and some illegal immigrants $10,000 a month to live in Chicago. So, that's my point.
Okay.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc.
That's the city government.
Okay, we got a new caller. You want to rebuttal against that real quick? All right, because I got 2 new callers. You want to say something real quick?
Yeah, real quick.
Real quick,
This is
okay.
gonna be real quick. I'm gonna try to land the plane real quick. This is for Doc. You're absolutely right about everything you said. I really respect what you said tonight. It was great. But can you imagine giving African Americans in this country, I don't know if the number is 45 million, but can you imagine giving 30 million African Americans $30 billion overnight? Now, before you answer that question, you have to remember there were other countries that we stopped along the way, so they would have to give up the same amount of money. Can you imagine them people getting that money overnight? That's a major shift in power. I'm saying just my own personal belief. I believe that's the reason why reparation hasn't been granted to us.
Okay, but they can't give illegal immigrants. They can come up with the money to give illegal immigrants. They can come up with the money to give Ukraine to fight in a war. They can come up with the money to do everything. I know Martin Luther King said one time, he said, we live in the richest nation in the world, and we suffer with 53 to 56% poverty rate, while 1% hold all the wealth. Make it make sense.
It's a major.
Go ahead.
It's a major shift in power. Can you imagine 30 million African Americans getting overnight $140 billion overnight? That's a major shift in power. Let's say that.
I got new callers, y'all. I got the new callers, y'all. Forget. I gave you a chance. Okay. I got these new callers, man. Let me get them. I don't want them holding on long. I got area code 424. Come on, caller. 424. Thank you for holding.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
I just wanted to add a little bit to what the lady caller just said. I think that 100% of everything she said was right. But I also think this 300,000 black women, when you got a left their job, when you read where it was from, like
you kind of breaking up. You kind of breaking up a little bit. You choppy. I don't know why. You got me on speakerphone or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, but you was choppy. Go ahead.
No, you're not on speak. I'm not.
Okay.
What about now?
Go ahead. I'll let you know if I can hear you. Go ahead.
And what I wanted to say, the reason why it's affecting black women's jobs is because black women have a lot of these jobs in the government that were created, like that have to do with a lot of this LGBT stuff and stuff like that, and with the Department of Education and public jobs. And a lot of those jobs are being cut. See, that's the quote unquote, if you're going to say DEI part, that's the part of these jobs. A lot of those jobs got cut like that too. Now, as it pertains to black people, period, we cannot sit here and act like this is the first major job decrease that we've seen in these last 3 months. We've seen all these immigrants come over here in the last
volume low and choppy.
Yeah. Talk a little loud, Jessica, because I need you to put a little.
I don't know why I'm being choppy.
Maybe
like
they don't want
this,
you to.
So I'm just gonna.
No, keep talking.
I don't know. So
Just keep talking. I don't want you to be quiet. I need to hear your point. Go. We just have to work. We have to work through it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's one of the things too. We can't sit here and act like that the only major jobs that we're seeing now is in the last 3 months. Our jobs have been going since immigrants have been coming over here. And they've been leaving in all types of ways, from labor all the way up to we seeing even teacher jobs saying that teachers have to be bilingual and all this stuff. That happened before these last.
Speak in the mic. Speak in the phone. Speak in the phone, because you're like you talking away. Because you get.
I don't know why my phone is doing this.
Now you sound good.
Maybe I try to call back. Maybe I try to call back a little later.
No,
but I just wanted to let that lady know, the lady caller know that she's 100% right, and that a lot of these jobs that we're seeing that's getting cut with this 300,000, we can talk about public jobs, a lot of these jobs that's attached to this LGBT stuff, and Trump made it clear that he was getting that out of education. He was getting it out of a lot of the public sector because he was saying it's going to be a two-gender rule in the federal government now. So, and we all know that Black women are the face of any and everything that the Democratic Party want to push. So that's how a lot of Black women probably got caught up in that. So it's just hard to say. But we have to be serious about our jobs. And I do agree with her, and I'm going to let you go on this, in terms of this Black women that are running around here defending these illegal immigrants. And these immigrants are taking our jobs. And we have to stop that. We have to stop acting like the things that are going on with us are not going on. And to the man that said, what would it be if we got $43 million overnight? I don't know. What was it when we became slaves overnight? What was it when we got Jim Crow overnight? What was it when these immigrants got here overnight? How did we feel when Ukraine got billions of dollars overnight? How did it feel when these immigrants getting millions of dollars poured from the ceiling overnight? Why is it a shock to your system if we get money overnight? Why do we tell ourselves that we don't know what to do with our money? We live in America. For us to be sitting up here talking against reparations and we live in America is crazy. When the reality is, if we got reparations tonight, it would do nothing but boost the American economy that we live in, because every dime of our money is going back into the American economy.
Well, sister, that was my whole point.
With these immigrants getting money, and they're going to take part of their money, live off of it here, which half of it ain't even going to be taxed because they got 83 different names, 55 different social security numbers. And then they sending half their money back across to these other countries, of which America and we don't benefit off of at all. You made a reparations. All of our money goes back into the economy that we live in.
You made a good point, but you made this. You actually made my point. All I was saying was, it's not what if. I'm just saying we know if we got that money, it's a major shift in power. That was my only point.
Yeah. Well, it would be a major shift in power. Did we see it be a major shift in power for these immigrants? For them to get here and not have to worry about their shelter, not have to worry about their food, that gave them a major shift in power.
Look at it this way, and I'm going to be real quick. Can you imagine we serve them? We McDonald's, Burger King, and all these other joints that we work at. Overnight, we become these billionaires. They serve us. That was the only point I was trying to make. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
We won't be billionaires with reparations. No, we won't be billionaires.
Right. We won't be billionaires with reparations. Everybody walking around ain't going to be billionaires and millionaires if we get reparations.
Well, they'll never let that happen. I was just talking about the other countries.
Well, we don't know what have happened because somebody thought we would never get out of slavery. Somebody thought we would never get out of Jim Crow. So I don't know what will ever happen.
I don't disagree with any of that.
But we definitely won't happen if we walk around talking against it.
Well, I'm not talking against it. I'm not talking against it. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm saying, can you imagine what I said? And they will never let that happen because we will be in control then. We will have the power. They will never let us have that. That's my only point I was trying to make.
That we was going to get out of slavery either. We're not talking about what they think. We need to talk about what we think. What do we think? Do we think that we can do better?
I think we've been doing that. I think we've been doing that since. I think we've been doing that since the 50s.
Okay, so then we need to think about how we can get reparations.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all those people came before us. And all that happened during the 50s. And all I'm saying to you is, we done all that. Now look at us.
And we got more to do.
We haven't done any of that.
And we got more to do.
I don't disagree with any of that. I don't disagree with that.
Nothing have happened with the black people since Martin Luther King Jr. died. They jumped on the Democratic plantation, been loyal to them for 60 years, and never held them accountable for giving them reparations, giving them justice instead of injustice. Nothing has changed. Black man still gets shot down in the street by police. He not held accountable for 60 years.
60 years.
Black people still been wanting reparations. Only thing Democrats give black people for their vote for 60 years is excuses, just like you give it about reparations. What happens if they give reparations? The same thing that happens with black people if they give reparations like they give to illegal immigrants. All the black people in my neighborhood, black Americans, lost their house. Yeah. Everybody in my neighborhood is illegal immigrants. And when I come out the door and say something, they tell me, you don't tell me what to do. Get out of my face. I'm telling you, okay, you don't double park on the street. You got 1 million people living in your house. You don't tell me. Now, they ain't paying no taxes. I got to pay taxes. They ain't paying no taxes on the house. They got the house with a loan with no taxes just because they're illegal. But they put all the black people out of their homes in 2008. Obama had their housing crash. He gave the bank, reparations. And didn't make them banks accountable to let black people stay in their homes. He gave them reparations or whatever they call it.
Didn't do it at all. And Kamala Harris didn't lock them up either. And she was the attorney general at the time. And you hear her say all the time when she was campaigning, what did she say? I faced the big banks. But she didn't lock them up. She called them to Congress, like how you be seeing them call people to Congress. But she did not lock those big bank chairmen up.
Right, and they didn't even. And what they did, they put black people out the houses, and they didn't put no cap on rent. Now rent so high, the reason the homeless rate so high, because who can afford $2,500 and you making $7.25 an hour? Who can afford $2,500 a month with rent? Because they put no cap on rent, but they put you out of your house that you was buying. They put no cap on rent, but then they want to give you a job making $7.25 an hour and expect you to pay $2,500 a month for your rent, because they don't put a cap on it.
Let's go to the next caller, y'all. Next call. Come on, Bill. Bill, go ahead. Thank you for holding, Bill.
Hey, Martin, everybody. I want to address a few things, starting with the topic. 300,000 jobs black women lost in 3 months. The numbers don't add up. Just ask yourself how many women that you know, yourself personally, that's working, that's been laid off. It doesn't add up. And like the lady said, when people have an agenda, the media in particular, when they want a situation to look bad and grim for whatever the issue they pushing, which is hate Donald Trump or whatever, they gonna push it. But just ask yourself how many women that you know of. That don't mean, especially when you know just personally 30, 40, 50 women and none of them been laid off. Even some that work in the federal government or in education and the Department of Human Services, which is a big thing in Chicago. They get they used to get a real large budget, and it might be pushed. I can't say exact reason is being pushed in that those jobs are being lost in those areas. Are they gonna fill those many jobs with not it being us? But I want to also address. I really wish our people would open their eyes, man, to what's going on as far as America. America has not been good to us as a people. There's opportunity for people. I'm not gonna be just a victim and point the finger, but wrong is wrong. This is the same country that has held you back in a particular party, Democrat Party, participated first and foremost. I believe in my heart of hearts that if black people stick together and make a statement, all this, I'm sitting back, I ain't voting. You know, I'm sitting on the couch. Sitting on the couch is not going, it does not do not one thing. Thirdly, I want to address, keep believing all these numbers and all this rhetoric and statistics and stats that they put out, and that America might go bankrupt if they give reparations. That's a bunch of crap when we done seen just in 4 years the amount of money that's been sent out of the country as far as migrants, Ukraine, whatever. America has enough money to do whatever they please, whatever it is. They have enough money. But when you have set up a system to not only just hold black people back, but you have set up a system, an economy in schooling to teach people to believe in a system of economics that benefit people that are in the top 1%, then that's what you believe. These people that the top 1%, their families have been in charge and get wealth beyond wealth, have been giving money and setting up institution colleges to push. If you paid, just think, if you paid millions of dollars back in 1900 and gave it to a college, that college is going to teach the curriculum that you believe in. And what you believe in is to keep your wealth and grow it and keep a certain sector of people down. That's what it's going to be. The economy, they talk about the budget and all of this all the time. The budget is what the Democrats and the Republicans divvy up for themselves. They don't have to keep people they thumbs on people the way they have us in particular. We push they push the agenda of all of what we've been talking about, and the main thing is to hold black people back. Black people are owed reparations. I will say that wholeheartedly because there was not an economy before there was black people. Black people built this country, and it doesn't matter what. It ain't gonna be no change of power. The thing is, it don't matter about the power. Give black people the money that's due to them, that's owed to them. Now, to show you how hateful these people that's in charge are, if the average, everybody that's black ain't gonna do the right thing. There's quite a few people on here that might pay they house off. They don't want that. They do not want you to pay your house off. Pay off debt, make some investments. That's a good thing, but it doesn't matter what each person. I don't care if they gave it to Pookie in the project. Give him his 300,000, 500,000, and he messed it up. That's on him. Hopefully, more black people do the right thing, but it's no guarantee. But one thing for certain, and two things for sure, to show you the hate in these people hold back with reparations. Black people spend more money than any other sector that's been in America. For from from being poor to being wealthy. We spend more money all the time, have been. So if you gave black people with the thought that they spend this money and it's going to spark the economy and it's going to make the top 1% wealthier, and they won't do it, what that tells you. That's how much hate it is for a black person, because that money is going to be sparked back into the economy. It's going to help everybody that's at the top 1%.
All right, hold it right there, Bill.
That's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. I want to say, too, with reparations, that by us not really owning but 1/10 of percent, 1% of 1/10 of 1% business here in America, that money would not stay in our community, even if they gave us reparations. And I agree with Bill. I don't care. Pookie, Ray Ray, get it. It's there. They deserve it. Give it to them. But we can build. We can build with that money. Those of us that have financial literacy, we can become great. We can teach people. We can build our communities up again. And I don't want to. This is what I hate to hear from black people. Black people always get on here and talk about they ain't gonna do nothing but kill somebody, destroy it. So what? We got to learn how to protect what God give us. Anything that's left unprotected will be taken away. You have to protect what you put out here, what your investment is, your family, your finance, everything, your worldly possessions. You have to protect them. So I was talking to a brother today. He's a real estate guru. And I said, that's the problem with black people. No one wants to die for what's right. You want to go to heaven, but you got to die. We so in love with these things here, but we don't want to die for nothing worth. We die for dice game. We die for sleep with somebody else's wife or somebody's husband, cheating, all types of foolishness. Drive-by shooting, somebody cut us off. We die for all foolish things, but nobody want to die and suffer for the truth, for what's right. Die with honor, die with pride, knowing that, hey, I stood for something. I didn't fall for anything. I stood for something. What was right.
Right.
Then we got another call. Yeah, so we have to be like that, people. We got to stand for something. And we fall for anything. Nobody want to die. We're not going to be here forever at all. I'm telling you, people, we have to learn to die for something and let it be the truth and no lie. And that's real talk. If we're going to lead. Black men are afraid to lead because they're afraid of dying. Trust me. They're afraid of dying. And when you stand for something, they're going to character assassinate your name. They might gun you down. They're going to do everything. But guess what? They're going to do that anyway, even if you don't be a leader. Because they don't like you. So you might as well go out with a bang. Might as well go out with a bang. Might as well. Nobody want to stand up for what's right. Then when we expose any one of these parties, we get upset. We get upset.
Right.
We've been voting for 100 years in Democrat. 60 years, I'm talking. And look at us now. Look at us in the city of Chicago. So we have our reasons why we switch up our votes. We have our reasons. And you can't be mad at no black person that voted against Democrats. You can't be mad at them. They gave it a try. That's insanity. When you're looking for different results and you still doing the same thing, they say that is insanity. Come on, people. I don't want to hear the vote for the lesser of the two evils. I'm tired of hearing that talking point. I'm tired of hearing that. We need an investment for our vote. Really. That's real talk. We need to demand. And the people that we place in these office, and we really pulling for people that look like us, and those are the ones that merely fail us, the ones that look like us. They be on fire. But once they get in that seat, it's like they cool off. They become lukewarm. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the money cools them off. I don't know if the fear cools them down. I don't know what it is. They have fire behind their bone. But get in that office. They get along, go along, skinning and grinning. And that's just my take on things like that, people. This thing is serious. There's an attack period on women, and I have a general concern. And Bill, you might be right. That may not be the case with all these numbers. It might be a little over fabricated a little bit, but there is a war going on against these women. That's real talk. And I agree with Donald Trump when it comes to the point, two genders, male and female, no in between, male and female. That's what's right, people. You don't listen. I remember I heard a preacher say when I was in church one time, he said, you may not like the messenger, but you better listen to the message. And that's what I'm saying. You may not like Donald Trump, and everything about Donald Trump is not wrong. Everything's not wrong. Now, do I agree with everything he does? No, I don't. But some things is just plain butt naked truth. You can't deny it. You see these jobs are being lost and immigrants are coming over here. They're eating. They're eating. They're being fed. And our children out there doing drive-by shootings, carjacking, robbing, armed robbery, snatching and grabbing. Are you satisfied with that? Is that the way you want to come on social media and see your son with a ski mask on, and you know his walking, you know what type of clothing he wear on the CTA bus beating up an old lady for a purse? Are you tired of looking at that? Now you want to deactivate your page because everybody know that's your son. We need jobs, people. We need some of those good government jobs, those good contracting jobs, and I don't hear nothing about no fruit. What about these? What about these contracting jobs that these black men can have a family and feel secure having a wife and taking care of their children with these type of jobs? And I don't want to hear that stuff that Mexicans work for cheap or anything. That's a lie. They get money. They get money, people.
Money. They getting money. Yeah. And when they are working for cheap, it's because they got 2, 3, 4 different incomes coming in. See, that's the part of it that people are not paying attention to either. When they making like these Hispanics coming over here and only get $5 to $6 an hour. If they first of all, they're not getting low wages like that. And second of all, they're getting a lot of undocumented money. They are. They're getting a lot of undocumented money. They have more than one name. They have more than one name. They have more than one social security number. You seeing them, the ones that are getting caught. Look at the different names that they have. I lived in California for 35 years. I know for a fact they do that. They get one pot of money coming for Hernandez. They get another pot of money coming under Garcia. They get, don't you see how they were able to give public aid even with the man living with them? And then the man just out in front of Home Depot too. But then the woman gonna be over here being a housekeeper too. And they doing all this with undocumented money. Right.
Okay, we got a new caller. Thank you, Jessica. New caller, 214.
How you doing, Martin?
I'm great on this lovely night. It's good to be living in the land of the living. I'm grateful.
I hear it in your voice. Sounds great. I don't know if the subject is reparations or the immigration reparations. I don't know the subject you are, but I'll tackle them both.
Well, the subject is we're talking about 300,000 women. There's an article from MSNBC said that 300 black women lost their jobs. Well, left their job. That's how they word it. But we know maybe forced out. So that's where we talk about. Then one thing led to another. You know, it always go on there. And as Jessica was saying that those jobs that are lost are being replaced with illegal immigrants. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. Yeah, I can.
Go ahead.
You know, I got an opinion about.
Come on, let's hear it.
That. I got you. This here reparations. Okay, there's going to be an age cutoff, but people there may not see it back. It's going to probably be people in our generation and older, because we were actually kind of the ones that was really affected. They consider these kids to be prisoners now. But anyway, this is once again, this is still a problem that they created. We're looking at the disease, but y'all ain't looking at. We're looking at the symptoms, but y'all ain't looking at the disease. The disease was when they went into these countries in the early '80s with their drugs and their guns and their money. They turned these farmers and fishermen into drug dealers and gang runners. Now the whole Central South America is on the run because they never closed down the store. The United States went into Honduras. The United States went into Colombia. The United States, this is the government, went into these places where these people were farmers and fishermen, peaceful, Christian, God-fearing people. You know, these are the ones that went crossing around their neck all the way down to their belly buttons, and it ain't for fashion. Yeah, they turned these people into the drug dealers and gangs that you got now. Now you got 20 million people running for their lives. And we've had this conversation a couple of times. I keep reiterating it to you. What would it take for you to grab your child and your baby and walk 1,000 miles? $8 an hour? Are you serious? No, it's deeper than that. When they created this problem, now they're trying to fix it. Some of y'all are old enough to remember when Ronald Reagan, the Republican, signed the legislation to legalize 8 million of them. This was what, 1981? Then we started having problems in California, but California's always been mostly Hispanic. We ain't gonna pretend like it ain't been. And they run the game just as good as anybody else are running it. If you was in their position, you would run the same game. If you're trying to survive, this is really about people. They created this problem. They created a drug culture. They created a drug business. And now these people are on the run, and now y'all want to close the door on them. This is fact.
Hold it, brother. Hey, I think 206, is that you? I need y'all to put your phone on mute. Oh, I'm going to have to mute everybody.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead, 214. Go ahead.
Okay, so please have some empathy in your heart for these folks that's running for their lives. He actually thinks that these folks will get up with their children, their families, and start walking 1,000 miles of dangerous area that they would just do this. Some of y'all won't even walk in the same neighborhoods in the city that you live in. But these people get up and walk 1,000 miles. Okay, they here now. They say they here illegally. Okay, that's fine. Let's get them documented, and the ones that we don't want here, let's kick them out. And the ones that want to go through the process and put up the money and do what they're supposed to do to become citizens, then we work with those. Yeah, I'm for sending a lot of them back, but let's not pretend that this is something that they created on their own. They all just decided at one time to get up and say, you know what, let's go fuck up the United States economy. Let's all just walk 1,000 miles and show up to see if we can get a job working at Home Depot.
Jessica, I'm going to let you answer him. Go ahead. But go ahead, brother, 214. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm almost off in the land.
Okay, go ahead.
We're not going to talk back and forth. Okay, now on this reparation situation, let's talk about it politically. We never are going to get the numbers that we need for the Congress to allot that money. And if you think that the white man who runs this country is not going to win in that situation, the real folks are telling me they're going to do it. Because we know 99% of these jokers will be broke in 12 months because they're going to buy Escalades and every damn thing else they can get their hands on.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I do not have. Wait a minute. You didn't listen to what I said.
Okay, go ahead.
I said that they are going to win in that situation because they know 99% of these people don't mess the money up. I didn't say it was a problem at all. Let's just be factual about this and grown folk about it. We're going to talk grown about this. We know that 99% of people going to screw this money off, and I do not care. I don't care. I know what I'm going to do with mine. And I'm getting the F out of here. Because it's time to go. You had people who was in Egypt. I'm going to land it. People that was in Egypt when Moses tried to get them to leave, even after Pharaoh threw his kids into the river with the alligators, they still want to stay. And it's the same situation here. Y'all can't see. Malcolm X and Elijah was talking about this years ago. It's time to go. So if you get your piece of money, let's go. Let's go. Let them have this place because it's down. You see what it's been done to your children. You see what it's been done to your grandchildren. You see what it's doing to the man and the woman. It's like a man, black men are now becoming women, and black women now becoming men. It's time to go. So please, cut me. I don't give a damn about them folks. That was their mistake. I just explained that. They screwed that up. You can't turn the Christian farmers and fishermen into drug dealers and drug gangs and not expect the whole population to get the hell up out of there. Listen to what I said. Men and women and children walk 1,000 miles with no guarantee that when they get here, they were going to have a job. They didn't even know if they were going to live or make it. They're not even telling you about how many people are dying trying to get here in this same line of folks. You're looking at the wrong things. You're looking at the flesh, but you ain't hearing the vein. They did this, and they knew this was coming. Reagan eliminated the problem because it was a political problem. He just went ahead and gave emancipation to 8 million of them. Now it's not an issue anymore. This group of white folks don't want to do that. That's facts. They do not want to do it. They want to send them back, but they don't want to go and fix the problem that they created. Your drugs, your lust for drugs, and this business is what created this problem. Period. Let them fix it. But give me my check so me and my family can go. Because I can see the writing on the wall. This place is going to burn. Okay? You can sit there and walk in Pharaoh's army when me and the other children of Israel cross the Red River and they drown on your ass. You just stay right here.
Hey,
just stay right here.
Big brother.
I'm landing it, brother.
But no. I want to ask you a question real quick. Then I'm going to let Jessica. Where do you think outside of North Korea that you can go in this world and black folks don't have their hand? I mean, white folks don't have their hand in that country. Where do you think you can go? Where you can run to?
I do not know. But with the right amount of money, I can find paradise, player. I can find a piece of mind. I got the, yes, I can. I got that much intelligence. I can find me a place where excuse me, sir. I said that I can find me a place for peace and happiness. I'm not what you can find, what I can find, sir. I'm done.
Okay, but you can't tell Martin what it is, though.
There's a few places I got a few places in mind that I would like to live.
Okay.
Not where Martin want to live, or not. No, I'm not going to live because they're my personal choices, and they're not to be debated. And they're not to be debated by the general public about my personal choices if I got my money.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Jessica. Then we're going to get 206. 206.
Well, first of all, I just want to correct the brother about when he said California has always been heavy Hispanic like this. No,
talk a little loud, Jessica. You got to put your mouth on the phone. Speak up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Stay right there. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. Like I was saying, in response to the brother when he said California has always been high Hispanic like this. No, it hasn't. When I moved to California in 1985, California had a very large black population. South Central was all black. Compton was all black. Inglewood was all black. Watts was all black. Los Angeles was mostly black. It did not get highly Hispanic like this until the early 2000s. And a lot of it happened because there was no pushback in California, like how you see in Chicago pushing back. There was no pushback in California. So right there, that part of what you said, I just wanted to correct you on that because that's not true. California had a very large black population up until the early 2000s. When that mortgage crisis hit, that ran a lot of black people out of California. Now, as it pertains to black people running to another country, if we get our reparations, if that's a choice that somebody want to make, so be it. But I'm not running anywhere. My family has been here.
Why has it got to be running? I'm not running.
No, okay, I'm not going. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, how about I use that term? Okay, I'm not going. I'm not going anywhere because my lineage is here. My parents and grandparents and great-grandparents helped build here. And so I'm going to reap the benefits of being here because America and all its isms and schisms, and Lord knows America got plenty of them. America is still the best country in the world. And the black Americans built this. So we need to reap the benefits of this. Now, anything somebody else want to do, so be it. But no, we don't need to hand our stuff over to these illegals. If whatever America did to Mexico, to Spanish, to whatever, white folks do what white folks do. Hell, look what they did to us. So before I can just, my heart can go pitter-patter to what happened to them because of some drug thing that America did to them, what about the drug thing America did to us with the crack epidemic? They haven't made that good over here yet. So, forgive me if my heart just don't go all out for them walking 1,000 miles. They coming by choice. They know how long the walk is. They know how long the river is, how wide the river is, and they've also heard about what America can do for them when they get here. And they get here and they use America's system completely. They not coming here having no idea where they are. They know exactly where they are. They not coming here not being able to talk their language, not being able to have their culture, not being able to eat their food. They get here and get to be very comfortable while they, quote unquote, economically adjust. That's good. They got an educational system laid out for them. So the fact that they have to walk 1,000 miles to get it, I don't give a damn if they got to walk 5,000 to get it. When all the bales, cotton that our people baled for it, all the cane that our people shucked for it, all the beats and rapes that our people took. We'd be lucky if we could say 1,000. Can we say we baled 1,000 bales of cotton? We don't even know how much we work for. I don't give a damn about them. And gonna come over here, gonna burn their flags, gonna call themselves putting their foot down. If they gotta be with America, mess it up with America on their own damn soul. Oh, that's good. I don't feel a damn thing for them. Because they don't feel a damn thing for us. Go and try to get a job in a Mexican restaurant. I bet you they ain't gonna open their kitchen up like dumb Negroes open up our soul food kitchens to them for them to turn around, water down the gravy, half cook the meat. Next thing you know, your line that used to be around the corner for your soul food restaurant, all of a sudden, you ain't gonna have no customers because your food gonna taste like garbage. Oh, and you're gonna look up, you're gonna be just like California. The only good food to eat is Mexican food. Why? Because they in everybody's damn section. And it messed up everybody else's school. And Negroes are going to be somewhere talking about, you might as well
California, Mexico, Houston was all owned by Mexicans. So
I'm telling you, you know what? I lived in California. I lived in Los Angeles from 1985 to 2019. When I got there in 1985, I was 22 years old, coming straight out of Chicago and went to school in D.C. I was more than accustomed to black culture. And when I got to L.A., no, I was not in no culture shock.
What's that got to do with the Mexicans owning it before? What's that got to do with the
black people?
What's that got to do with the Mexicans? What's that have to do with the Mexicans owning it first? They had California.
It doesn't matter. They lost it in war. When you lose, you lose. When you lose, you lose.
I hear you on that. I hear
okay.
You on that, but
so don't come talking about what it was that they lost.
Like you won a battle.
They lost
don't
it.
say okay like you won a battle. Don't say okay like you won a battle. Don't say okay like you won a battle.
They lost it.
I hear what you're saying, but don't say okay like you won a battle. At the end of the day,
they lost it.
White Americans came here and took this shit. So don't say like you won a battle.
Just like they took us, just like they taken
White America took this shit.
And we should feel sorry for them because why? They don't feel sorry
Nobody
for us.
That's you saying that. That's you saying that. That's you saying that. That's you saying that. That's you walking around with your fist in the air. That's you walking around with your fist in the air.
My fist stay in the air. It's in the air right now.
Let it do that.
You ain't gonna never shame me for standing up for me.
You know why? Because
I am very glad to be
you sound lost.
No, I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Lost. You sound like you got
okay. Hold it, y'all. Hold it. This is what we're gonna do. Hey, Jessica, hold it.
Anytime you have to stoop to insults, that lets me know you have a very small mentality. Because I'm holding an intelligent conversation.
Holding an intelligent conversation, but what you're doing is bashing along the way. When I bash back, you didn't like it.
I'm talking about facts. Mexico lost. They lost their country to America, just like America has conquered many other countries.
They lost it and they sold it.
To come here
illegally. Thank you, Bill.
And sold it. Now, the thing is this. Why don't we put the color up, the way they see us and the way they treat us? Let's put black first.
Be one
fuck
first.
Democrats. Fuck Republicans. All this other stuff, I'm a strong black man. All I know is America. It's got a lot of downfalls, but I would rather live here than any other place that I've seen and heard of that you don't have. Not half the rights that we have. But we could do this.
Trey Smith, I'm not smoking anything. To Trey Smith, I'm not smoking anything. And if I was, I would be grown and I'm minding my business. Go ahead, sir.
All right.
The thing of it is we should put our complexion and our blackness first before we do everything. Having sympathy, we have had sympathy, empathy for everybody else that has proven that we are the most hated people to walk the face of the earth. They teach these people before they even barely learn English or their own language. They taught that we the bad guys before they even get here and have an experience with us. So we need to be together, man, in blackness. And it ain't nothing that we can't do. Look what we have endured.
Bill, the reason
it's why the Bible and leaving Egypt, yeah, that was that. But this is now, and I don't think this is a time to run to somewhere that we don't know nothing about.
Bill, that's
all we know is
that's
we
a
from
personal
here.
choice. Bill, that's a personal choice. If somebody decides they want to go to another country, if they want to go,
they do it every day. It's people moving the goddamn.
But that's a personal.
That's their thing. And I understand. And I understand that, and I'm speaking my personal choice right now.
No problem with that though, Bill. But listen to this though. Check this out.
Yeah, we got 206, y'all.
Decide they want to go to another country. If somebody decide they want to go to another country,
he don't care.
Okay.
Let him go.
Hey, brother.
Let him go.
Okay, hold it.
Go.
Hey, y'all, hold it. I got to respect 206. He's been on at least 20 minutes, and he's been very patient, and I want to hear what he has to say. Okay, 206, thank you for holding for so long. I appreciate you, brother. He's a regular, so I want to make sure he be heard. Okay, what's your opinion? Go ahead, bro.
No, Brother Martin, I appreciate you, man. You got a super show going on. And first things first, I had my computer going, and I want to apologize to everybody for having that sound in the background. I don't like it when other people do it, too. No excuse. Real quick, and I'll land my plane. Y'all talking about a few important subjects, and the sister that was talking is other than Martin G. Johnson and Bill, is the only one making sense. She is 100% correct. Let me clarify something. The Southwestern, this is a popular mistake that we make. Yes, there was a Mexican-American war. Yes, the United States won the war. Not only that, but the United States paid $17.5 million to Mexico for war that they had won in combat. That's number one. Number two, the authority over that land was Spain, not Mexico. Number three, the people who live there, whose land it is, are the natives. If you want to see some real racism similar to what we have in the United States, go to Mexico and see how Mexicans, the mestizos, and literally the word mestizo means mongrel. I'm not calling them mongrels. That's literally what the word means. The people of the Southwest are Native Americans who have been there. They're there today, and they'll be there tomorrow. Before 1526, there was no Mexicans. No Mexicans existed before year 1526. The second issue, and I'll wrap this up. And I appreciate y'all for not interrupting me. I really appreciate it. But the sister also said about the loans and the business loans that they get. The immigrants coming in here, don't forget, they get a brand new healthy line of credit to qualify for those business loans when they get here in the United States. These people have the most tore up credit when they come from their countries. But when they get here, the Treasury Department, seeing immigrants under certain classifications, whether they're refugees or amnesty, what have you, they get a brand new, fresh, I-filled line of credit. I don't forget the numbers. I looked it up, particularly the Cubans and the Panamanians. They get brand new credit. Now, let me say, this is important. Let me say this point. I'm almost done. Let me say this point. If you guys remember, during when Biden was in office, there was this immigrant caravan. It started when Obama was in office, but they came up and they came into Mexico and they were dumping all their identification, right? Some of y'all probably remember that. Let me tell you something. A lot of these Central and South Americans are not Central and South Americans. A lot of these migrants coming in this country are Mexicans. There's Mexicans like Cincho Lopez that assaulted Emma Mitz in Chicago City Council when they tried to put the vote as to whether Chicago would be a sanctuary city or not. It's the same Mexicans like Cincho Lopez that burned the American flag. These people are Mexicans. They ditch and dodge their ID, and they come here and they pretend to be someone else so they can get amnesty because the United States of America doesn't recognize amnesty petitions from Mexico. All right, almost done. Hang on now, almost done. The 300,000 women losing their jobs is a drop in the bucket. If y'all remember, early last year when Biden was in office, sisters that were heads of DEI and EEOC offices were getting fired left and right. Not only that, so this thing has been going on for the last year and a half. But there's this white boy, his name is Edward Blum, and he's from San Diego, like the sister that was talking. I lived in San Diego for years, And I met this a-hole. His name is Edward Blum, and he's an anti-affirmative action person. He's the one that most recently screwed Asians out of their access to colleges and universities. Now these stupid Asians are complaining. Who cares? But this Edward Blum went to federal court. I think he was in the Supreme Court, and ruled that certain grants, like opportunity grants and scholarships for Black women, were illegal. And the entire state of California, and maybe the whole country, but I'm sure the entire state of California, Black women don't have any scholarships or grants because of this one a-hole who is connected to Regnery, the publisher, who is a staunch Birch Society member and anti-Black racist. Cold, plain, and simple. The last thing I was going to the brother that says that he wants to get his money. This is the last thing. I'll shut up, y'all. I promise. Thanks for not interrupting me. I promise. But to the brother that said that he wanted to get his reparations and that he was going to leave, someone said that he was running, and he said that he was not running. Two things. Number one, there's nowhere for you to go because the cracker's been on the moon. He's got his robots and stuff on Venus and Mars. He's even in Antarctica where there's no damn people. Who's been at the bottom of the ocean. The only thing to do is stand and confront this evil. You can't go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. The only thing for us to do is to stand and fight this. And if someone says that you're running, if you're not standing and fighting, that's exactly what you're doing. You are running. You're running. You're running away from the obligation and duty you have to redeem your ancestors. You're running, and you're abandoning the responsibility and duty you have to your progeny to build and form a world that you and them can live. Where you gonna run to? There's no place to but to stand and fight Black first. I'll land my plane.
Oh wow, he said a whole lot. He said a whole lot there. A whole lot of people. We're learning, and that's a whole lot going on, man. You guys are amazing tonight. We kind of like behaving ourselves too a little bit. We had a little interruption, but I appreciate the we hearing each other out, whether we agree or not. So I just want to say, any sign of a strong people in the country, you stand up and fight against oppression. You fight. And I always tell people, if Mexicans is such hard workers as America portray they are, why don't they stay in their own country and build their own economy up? Think about that.
See, bingo.
Now,
Bingo.
if Black people are so lazy and they don't work, how we have a $1 trillion spending power? Lazy people don't have that much money to spend. Lazy people are broke and poor.
See?
They don't have nothing. So all these myths that we hear, and we let this propaganda that we see on the news and it control us. Some people will not pick up a book and read. They won't read a 30-minute article, a 10-minute article for nothing to save their life. If it sounds good, it's good for them to be true. Real talk. And we have to get the facts, man, when it comes to both parties. Both parties. But one thing I know, everybody is against Black people. I don't care what y'all say. Everybody's warring on Black people for some reason or another. They can't stand us, Vivian. They want to be us, but they don't want to get treated like us. And they know we're different. I mean, these people have had the Jim Crow, the war on drugs, mass incarceration. We had slavery. We had redlining, gentrification, all these things against Black people. Abortion, eugenics, because that was established for Black people, eugenics. But now we use that as a form of, that's my medical health choice. That's your choice. Now, I can't tell a woman what to do with her body. That's true. But I know what's right and what's wrong. Now, let me just say this, people. When are we going to be real honest here in America with ourselves, with our situation? Sometimes I feel like we so messed up that if we take up for another people, it don't give us a chance to think about our problems. Every job I've been on where I work with Mexicans, they've always been the snitches and telling everything. Just this is my opinion. This is my personal belief. It may not be the case with everyone, but I've learned that in the history, working on these job settings, they are the snitches and they tell everything. I was telling one guy, you a white Mexican. No, he talking about he brown. I said, no, you brown in public, but behind closed doors, you're white on that application. So you're not fooling me. I know what it is. And we the only one get up into my black and brown. Brown don't care nothing about black. Period.
On applications down here in Houston, Hispanics are considered white.
Mm-hmm.
That's everywhere.
That's everywhere, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't just down there where you at Houston, brother. That's here too. White. And the reason why they do that because of the benefits. Go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, that rapper Fat Joe, his driver's license says he's white. And he in New York.
So
yeah, I knew a guy, his name was Rodriguez, and he considers himself a straight up blonde hair, blue eyed dude. And I'm like, dude, you can't pass for that. And your name is Rodriguez, but all his paperwork says he is a white man.
Before the Trump days, and maybe still today, you can go anywhere in Houston and get your driver's license, a social security card, anything that makes you look legal. That's facts.
Yeah, and then you have people talking about leaving, going to other countries. Okay, fine. Go to a Muslim country, you're not considered that. Even if you change your doggone religion from Christianity to Islam, you're still not going to be a true one in their eyes. You go to Africa, you're going to be called Tuba, okay? Tuba. That's like calling somebody, what they call them, tether babies here. They come from the Caribbean or African. They come to the United States. They look like Black Americans, but they ain't. So they don't have the same lineage, right? So Tuba, then all that's just like calling you white. And it's amazing how many people miss that. Like they didn't see that even said in Roots. That was 1977. And nobody questioned. They just went right over their head. So there is no place you can go. Whereas, you're going to be, and this is and we are not us in this country. Okay.
All
We're
right.
considered the biggest mutts on earth because we're mixed with some of everything. But you know what? We got more money than all the rest of these folk. Let some young lady get pregnant in one of them Caribbean countries or South America or whatever. She ain't got no help coming from no welfare. If you Black, this is the country to be in. I done been around the world. I've seen what it is. See there? Thank you. It's obvious, ain't it? Think about this. Think about this, Mark.
I have the right to make my own.
I ain't no brother. Nobody's saying you can't make your
all
choice.
that y'all are saying plenty. Oh, I'm running.
I didn't.
I got the money. I got the money. I got the money to go now. It's not an issue of when I want to go. I can do whatever my money says I can do.
And I'm already building. And I'm already building there. I'm already building there, Sarge. I'm already building. I'm already building. I'm already building there.
I don't have to stand and fight for a damn thing. I did mine. I did 8 years in the service. I gave the honky what he asked for. He already had a chance to kill me, nigga. Okay, I did that. If it's my personal choice, that I can go now, it's something that I want to do. My money will take me anywhere I want to go, and I can have any kind of peace of mind that I want.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can't have it here, though. Okay.
You can have it here. Hey, man, you can have it here too. But check
I've
this
been
out.
successful. I've already been successful here. I live in a 3,000 square foot home. I drive brand new cars, one of which is Mexican. I own my own business. I'm doing just fine, brother. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not at ease the way I have felt at ease in some of the places that I've traveled. And so I know that money can put me anywhere I want to and have any kind of peace of mind that I want. That's all. So don't hate me for my choice. Y'all want to stay and fight, y'all go ahead.
Brother, I for one didn't say that you can't. I mean, if I could have it my way, if it wasn't for my grandchildren and such, I would be living in Europe, where I know I would be.
That's what I'm saying, though. So with that said, well, hold on, Mick. I love you, man. You my brother. I respect the shit out of you, bro. That's all we saying. I'm already building in Africa. I have no other choice to get my ass there.
I already know this. You've told that to me over and over. I never did say dude was running away from America. Those words didn't come out of my mouth. I said he has the right to do what I said he has the right to do what he wants, where he wants to. But my thing is this: where are you going to go that is not such a big white footprint to do what you want to do? No place on this planet. And bruh, man, you talking about Kenya? Kenya is westernized just like the United States, exactly like the United States. The Europeans have such a big footprint in Kenya that is damn near just like the United States, minus languages.
But guess what? Guess what, though, bro? But guess what? I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying. No disrespect to you. Everything we say on this show is subjective. That's your opinion.
That's not subjective.
Let me finish. Let me land the plane. It's not here. It's not here.
Okay, it's not here.
And hold on, Mix. You leaving some shit out. I'm living in 3 different countries. I'm living in Europe. I'm gonna live here in Houston. I'm not giving my house up in Houston. You crazy? And I'm gonna live there.
Okay.
I can have dual citizenship. And I can do what I want to do if I want to do that. If I want to do that, if I want to do that, I can do that.
Yeah, and you can get it in Kenya via marriage. We already know this. You're not talking to somebody that's brand new to it.
Work with me. Work with me then.
I don't have to work with you. I've been there and done that. You're not telling me nothing new under the sun.
206. Last question. We got to get out of here. Go ahead. 206.
The brother that started this line of communication, the brother that said that he had his money, he was going to leave. Can you hear me, brother? I want to just ask you a question. Can you hear me? Or did he hang up?
No, I'm here. I hear you.
Okay. Speak up a little bit so I can hear you, because it's tough to hear you. So let me just ask you this. So you I think you said that and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you said the United States was either going to collapse or was going to burn, and you wanted to get your money and get up out of here before that happened, so it didn't affect you. Is that correct?
No.
Was that your reason for leaving?
No.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, you can get as detailed as you want, because I don't think you're totally wrong.
I was quite detailed when I spoke what I said.
Well, I didn't.
I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I just don't like to teach.
I know you're not.
So basically what I'm saying is this. Because I don't do a lot of stuff, really. The fact of the matter is, we've been sold that line of shit that this is paradise. This is white man's paradise, but this ain't the same line of shit that we've been getting since we've been here, brother. This ain't paradise.
Just so I'll know what you're talking about. Give me an example so I know what you're talking about.
They want to make America great again. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And we ain't considered.
And to you, that means what?
That. Just what I said was, this ain't paradise. This don't have to be my last stop. I've been around the world, and I've been to some places where when I'm there, I don't feel the same pressure.
Okay, it's the pressure.
I'm looking for, I'm all at my age, and when you get a little older, I don't know if you're in the 50s or not, when you get a little older, you want a peace of mind. So I'm not going to talk down to you. I want a peace of mind.
No.
I don't want to feel the same pressure that I have when I walk out this door. See, I know what's waiting for me outside this door. And when I go to places, and I've seen places where, you know, yes, it's westernized. Of course, we already know that they conquered the Western world. But there are places where a brother can go and have a peace of mind when he walk out that front door. If they not
okay, now let me say this. Let me say this in response to that, because Martin's trying to wrap it up. Let me say this. So when you talk about make America great again and peace of mind, I identify with that 100%. I agree with you 100%. But this is what I mean when I say that. This is what I mean. I mean, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, born and raised on the south side of Chicago. Live in on the West Coast right now, Washington State, Seattle, Washington. And as soon as I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean when you say pressure when you leave, when you get on the streets. I deal with the same thing. This is what I deal with. Everywhere I go, I deal with hostility from whites, macroaggressions, microaggressions. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I left my house Wednesday, and I wasn't out of my front door 3 minutes before whites driving down the street was staring at me like I was Godzilla or King Kong from back there.
You basically
asked this question. You cross the street. There's a reason why I'm saying this, and you need to hold on. Say this, okay? Y'all make it quick so you can comment. I cross the street. They're pulling in the crosswalk. They're trying to run you over. You're looking for service. They don't want to give you no damn service. You trying to conduct business, whether it's with the city or whatever. It's always hostility everywhere because nobody in this country has any respect for us as human beings, our humanity, period. Okay. Now, my question for you is, are you sure that there's a place on this planet where you can go and not be devoid of all of that, but where you can go and not have to deal with the vast majority of those daily hostilities?
Brother, I'm hoping so. I'm still
hoping so. Well, let me say this. The Mormons, what you're saying makes sense, and I agree with you, because the Mormons, they're not under the shit that we deal with, that's for sure. But they have a concept called strategic relocation. And what that means is, because see, the Mormons, they wanted to destroy the United States. I won't get into it, it's a whole different show. But they had a concept called strategic relocation where if you, because you're Mormon in your belief system, if it's hostile for you in that country, you have to pick another country where, at least at the time being, that hostility isn't there, so you can go there, regroup, retool, and then get back in there and try to make it happen in the country from which you came from. So my question to you is, do you tend on leaving America permanently, the hell with America, or do you plan on strategically relocating, centering yourself, healing your wounds, and then coming back and taking back the country that your ancestors built? Or are you ready to just abandon that and just let the enemy have everything they want, everything that we built?
That's a very long and complicated. That's a very long and complicated question to my mind.
It is. It's very simple.
I want my own peace of mind. I want my own peace of mind. I want to be able to walk out that door and not feel like that everybody around me outside that don't look like me ain't trying to harm me or something.
Okay.
This is really just that simple.
I pray you find it.
Can I respond? Can I respond to him?
I'm trying to get out of here, brother. Go ahead, make it quick. I'm trying to go, man. I'm trying to leave.
Real quick.
I'm trying to leave.
Real quick.
I'm trying.
Let that old man go to bed. Let that old man go to bed.
I'm glad that brother. I'm glad that he brought that.
Who you responded? Which one of us?
He talking about me. He talking about me, Martin. He talking about me.
Let that old man go to bed.
206.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. He wants to respond to 206.
Yeah.
I actually want to respond to you. I don't know if your number's 206.
Okay, I'm all ears.
The 206, that
Okay.
is 206.
Now, that's the whole reason. I'm so glad you brought that up. That's one of the whole reasons why I'm not selling my house. I'm not walking away from equity, and I'm not walking away from something that we built over years and years, and people got killed over it. I'm not walking away from that. I can never walk away from America, but I want to live somewhere else and have a great time. And when I do my thing, go over in Europe, it's all business. I'm gonna have a place there, but it's gonna be all business though, bro. And what I do out in Kenya is gonna be, like he said, being able to go out my door and enjoy peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? I could go out my door and have peace of mind, but just like you said, I got neighbors that are running off the road because, you know, they are Trump supporter, or, you know, people at the grocery store want to run their cart in front of me. You know, it's crazy, man, but I love you for what you said, man. That was some great stuff you said, man. And my man out there, 214, he said some great stuff. Great show, Martin. I'm going to land the plane.
Okay, thank you,
Martin,
Let that old man go to bed.
Just a quick
Let that old man go to bed.
response.
Go ahead, 206. Come on, man.
Give him a quick response.
Come on, 206,
Okay,
man.
check it
Y'all
out,
let me
check it
go to
out.
bed.
Check it out. Listen, y'all.
Him sleepy.
Listen, bro. Let me say this, man. Let me say this. Also, Oklahoma, the people, when they had everything taken, they weren't in another country. Rosewood, Florida, when the honkies came and took everything, the brothers and sisters weren't in another country. How, if you're in another country,
Tell the
how are
truth
you going to protect the
and
innocent from coming
shame
and take
the
your house?
devil. That's a good question.
Well, like B Red said, that's a very complicated question. I can answer that question, but I can't do it on this show.
It's real simple.
I can, yeah. I mean, because the same. Let me say it this way. I'm gonna shorten it up. The same thing you can have here in America, you can have over there. You got to go through some loopholes and some paperwork, but you can have the same thing. Like if you got a race car, you could take it with you.
Okay. Right on, bro.
All right, people.
You don't have to deal with Boko Haram, y'all. You don't have to deal with Boko Haram.
You stupid, man.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut. Good night, fellas. Good night. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being. Hey, good night. But by the way, y'all, let me say this, y'all.
Yeah.
I work 7 days a week, okay? So I have a right to be tired and be sleepy, all right? I'm just letting you know, I don't have a break. I'm working every day continuous, so I'm just letting y'all know that.
What's your new name, Toby? What's your new name, Toby?
Whatever, I'm on the plantation. We all, if you're working here in America, you're on the plantation. I'm definitely on the plantation.
Hey, Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Marvin.
Yeah.
Picking ain't easy. Nobody said picking was gonna be easy.
Well, I don't know about. Listen, I don't know about pimping, but I'm probably getting pimped. These bills pimping me, so I don't know about pimping. I'm probably getting pimped.
No, if you making money, you the pimp.
No. You got
You don't remember 60. You act like you don't remember 61st Street.
No, listen. You got to remember this, people. When every 30 days, something is chasing me. Every 30 days, something is chasing me.
That's that money.
No, bills is chasing me. All right. All right, y'all. All right. You already know what it is. Good night. Uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I love being black. Good night, guys. I appreciate it.
I love being black.
I appreciate every last one of you guys. Stay strong. Peace out.